It's Green Thumb Thursday, and with this roller coaster weather we've been seeing, hot then cold, you might be wondering what to do with your plants. And for that, we're joined by Peter Driver from Driver Brothers Gardening Center. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me, Ed.
First things first, we're talking shady plants over here.
That's right.
To me, shade is associated with cold. Is that the case?
Not necessarily. Shade's often a tricky place to work in the garden, but there's a kind of a growing variety of things that we can use in the shade.
Okay, sure.
There's a couple things here. A stilbe is this tall, spiky bloom in the back.
Right here.
It's a really prolific grower in the shade. Does really well. Frequently, you can divide it after a year or two.
Okay.
You get this nice plumed foliage on it. The two in the front are in the coral bells family, in the heuchera family.
Okay.
The one on the back left, kind of the brown, is called caramel.
Okay.
It's a newer variety, and it seems to be really popular. A lot of times, things with an unusual leaf color don't grow as prolifically.
Okay.
But that seems to do very well. And this is sunspot in the front. It also gets that kind of that bloom spike to it. It has that really distinct veining in the leaves.
Okay.
So,
now
yeah.
we've seen a lot of this roller coaster weather, as I mentioned,
Yes.
a lot of hot and
Yes.
cold. Do these do well in the cold?
They do. These are all a hardy perennial, so they can be outside.
Okay, perfect.
In the garden, they would have already come up naturally, and they'll tolerate the cold quite well.
Great to know.
Yeah.
Okay, right here in the middle we have a kind of mix. You were telling me this is a broken bird bath.
It is. This is something you could do that a lot of people have broken junk laying around their house.
Yeah.
This is something you could use up. This is a broken bird bath we had in the store, and we've planted some herbs in it. The herbs will also we're kind of on the cusp of them really tolerating the cold, but
Sure.
we're right there. And we've got this is rosemary. This is basil, oregano, parsley, and sage, all of which are edible herbs.
Okay.
You can cook with them. It doesn't take up very much space. You can put it right there in the kitchen, or
I actually had some herbs outside my apartment during the storm, during the colder weather. It's kind of flopping right now, kind of brown. If we just water it, is that okay?
Give it a little water. If you wanted to speed it up a little bit, if they're in containers, you can bring them in, possibly in the kitchen, put them in a window somewhere where they can get a little bit of a jump.
Okay.
The one thing to be cautious of with this kind of thing this time of year is if you can cover it, put any kind of protection over it all. If it's going to be cold, for example, I think tonight it's supposed to be down into the 30s. Just even a plastic bag over top or something like that will go a long way towards getting you a jump start on the season.
Awesome. And over here we have this beautiful, beautiful rock garden over here. It's making this great noise, but here we have this upside down you were telling me.
Yeah. This is a little bit of an unusual way to do a number of plants that grow well upside down. Believe it or not, tomatoes grow great upside down.
Right.
This is Phalaenopsis orchid. It's probably the easiest orchid to grow. Likes to be wet but not soaked.
Okay, and upside down is a great way to
Upside down is a great way to grow it. It allows it to have some humidity from the air but not be soaked and wet.
Sure thing. All right, Peter, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me, Ed.
If you'd like some more
Appreciate it.
information, you can check them out online, driverbrothers.com, or give them a call, 540-885-5798. And for more gardening tips, let's send it over to Mark Viette.